Okay, everyone, this is just a real short video to show you how to add additional emails to your autoresponder list and how to edit links within your email. Extremely simple. I'm just logged into a member's Aweber account here just to show you. And we're actually going to start this real simple here because this was some broadcast that was recently sent out. So let me kind of give you a shortcut from here. So we're going to click on this broadcast and we want to add this message to the autoresponder. So you scroll to the bottom and you just sit here, view or copy. You can review the message or we're just going to copy the message. So I'm going to click copy message and it's going to open it up in what you call the HTML. Here it is. Okay, so this is the message, and while I'm in here, because this is HTML, all these have links tied to them. This here, the image here, and if you just click on the link, this is going to pop up right here. Okay, and if you want to see what the link is, right there is the actual link itself. Okay, and if you want to put a different link in, you simply delete this and put another link in, but we're going to keep that for this particular example here. Same thing with the image. If I click on the image, okay, well, this one doesn't have a link to it because if you look here to the right, this is where you would put a link in here. Okay, again, this link here, this box is going to pop up. If you want to change a link, you click that. But to see what it looks like, you click on that link, and this will show you what the link is. So make sure it's the proper protocol here, and then you click OK to save it. Anytime before you send out a email, you come over here and click Preview and Test. You put an email address in that you want it sent to, click Send Message. Okay, and that'll go to the email wherever you want so you can proofread exactly what it's going to look like. Okay, but just to show you how to add this particular email, and this would be the same too if you're copying an email from somewhere else, you're just literally putting it in here, and I'll show you that real quick, but let's just show you how to add this message here. Put Save and Exit, and then right here it's going to ask you Send Options. Okay, Send Option, drop down box, Add to Follow-up Series. So we're going to click Add to Follow-up Series. This is going to be message 34. And what this means is this is going to go out 1 day after the previous message. If you wanted to go out more days, you put 2 days, 3 days, but I like them every other day or every day. So I'm just going to leave this as is. And Add to Follow-up Series. And watch what happens. Now, there's your entire autoresponders. There it is, right here. Now, if you ever want to move these, you just click on the box and you can move it to any day you want, okay? But for here, we're just going to leave it right there. Okay, so now that message has been added to the autoresponders. Most of my successful members have follow-up for well over 6 months plus, but literally all they're doing is they're creating an email and adding it to the autoresponder. Okay. Now, another idea that you can do that I've done for years is everyone has an email box that they get from tons and tons of people's different lists. I used to spend hours creating emails, okay, and I still do, and I recommend you creating emails once a week minimum to send out to your existing list. But another very simple way to do this, and an additional way to come up with ideas, is just open up any one of your emails. Doesn't matter what it is. Most important thing when you scroll through your emails, why you open them, is the subject line. Okay, so you scroll through your emails, look for something that you may like, that whatever catches your attention, because if it catches your attention, guess what, it's going to probably catch someone else's. But this is just purely an example how to create an email. So whatever, let's just click on this one here because this business rocks. Okay, I have no idea what it is. Okay, looks like keto. So a very simple way to do this, I have the email open. Okay, so we're going to create an email. So when you go back to your Aweber, you want to make sure your list is up because your list is here. And then you're going to go to create a message. Now for this particular one, we're going to do what we call a drag and drop or HTML message. You simply click on that, and it's going to open up an entirely new window, and this is how you create an email using HTML. So we're just going to copy this email as an example. So I'm just going to take this subject line, this business rocks. Okay, go to your go to email, put it in right here. This business rocks. Now if you want to say John, this business rocks, you go over to drop down, personalize, subscribers information, click on that, first name. So then it's going to say, if his first name's John, Bill, whatever, it's going to say John, this business rocks. There's your subject line. Really difficult stuff, guys, so follow along. Obviously I'm joking, but it is this simple. Go back to email. If I like the rest of this, I'm just going to copy it. Hey John. Now I'm going to have to make some quick changes here, and I'll show that to you. Okay, so we go back here. I'm just going to copy. Boom. So there it is. Now, the name's already there, but obviously we want your subscriber to go in there. So you take out that name, go to personalize, subscriber information, first name, automatically insert. So, you could have 1,000 different names in your system. It's automatically going to put their first name. Now, here's the important thing. We talk about links. This is a link here. Okay? You want to take that link out. So you hit that. That takes the link out. You hit this again. Now you put your link is, whatever it is. My favorite diet.com. Okay. Now, if it's a legitimate link, well, that's actually a link. It'll turn green here. Okay. That lets you know. I just randomly put that in, but that's obviously a link. So that's good. So when people click on this, it's going to go to myfavoritediet.com or whatever the link you put in there. Now, this particular email had an image. Okay. So you can right click and you can copy the image, okay? Or if you have certain software out there, there's a lot of it. I use something called Snagit, okay? And all I do is I snag the image, save the image, snag it, and then I save it and call it whatever. This is keto, so let's just call it keto. Save the image to my desktop, and then I go back to Aweber, image right here. I want that image to go right there. Okay. Now I don't have the image in Aweber yet, so I need to upload it. So I'm going to click Upload Image. I've saved it to my desktop. I called it keto. So if I just type in keto, there it is. Boom. Now watch, it's going to upload it. Boom, there it is. And I can make it bigger, smaller, whatever. I can move it left. I can keep it centered, move it right. But for this, I want to keep it centered. Now, if I want this to have a link, here it is again. Okay. Right over here, anytime you have an image, it's going to say image link. So I would put the same thing. My favorite, what was it? Diet.com. And it should turn green because it was good before. Now sometimes it won't, because see how this automatically inserted HTTPS? Well, let's take out the S and see if that works. My favorite. I probably didn't spell right. My favorite. Well, whatever that link was, this is whatever the link you want to have go in here. And then you simply move back over. So when people click on this link, if you want them to click on it, it'll go to the link that you want to put them. And by the way, you can go to YouTube and look this up in a lot more detail on how to do HTML, but I'm just doing this for members purposes, just to show you what this is. So all I did was copy and paste, change a link, saved an image, put a link, and then I'm going to put another paragraph right beneath it because we have more in that email. Oops. So here's the bottom of that. So I'm just going to left click, drag, right click, copy, go back to Aweber, and I'm going to put that in right here. Boom, there it is. Now, what else do I got to change here? I want to scroll over it, make sure there's no names listed here, because if there is, if I want to insert my name, well, all of us have our own personal snippets within Aweber, so this one should have it too. So that's there. So I'm going to go right here to personalize your snippets. Okay, and your snippets will be the full name. So boom, it's going to put it right there. I want to change this link. So I want to take it out. I want to insert my link. And again, I don't know if this is it. myfavoritediet.com. Oh, it is a good one. Okay. So when I save that, so when people then get this email and they click that, it's going to go to myfavoritediet.com. Now, one last thing. If I want to change the font, I just go up. I change the font. Let's take it to say 16. Boom. There it goes. And let's change this. Oops. Doing this quickly. I want to change that to 16. Boom. Okay. There it is. There's my subject line. There's my email. Again, if I want to preview and test, click preview and test. Put in the whatever email you want. Send yourself a test. Okay. Now, I'm going to save this. Save and exit. Lower right hand corner. Save, exit. Boom. Right here it is. This business rocks. Send options, right? I could schedule a broadcast if I wanted to send this out to my entire list, or right here, we're going to add it to my autoresponder. So I click add it. Again, one day. Now I've got 35 messages. Add it. And now, scroll the whole way down. There it is. Simple as that. Now I don't want this in this person's system, so we're just going to delete this out. So hopefully that helps. That's very, very simple to do. And again, if you want to see more detail on sending messages, the simplest message most people simply a plain text. When you open that up, you do the same thing, but you can't put images or anything. This is text only, and you've got to type in your link, whatever that is here. But the process is the same. Copy, paste, preview, test, save, exit, do a broadcast, or add it to your autoresponders. Okay, but if you want to see more detail, there's tons of YouTube videos on Aweber. So hopefully that helps. Bye for now.